What's up, traders? Chris Drysdale here with another video. In today's video, we're going to go over my number one favorite setup in the futures market. Why is it my favorite setup? Well, it's got the greatest probability of turning out in my favor. That's my edge, right? So I'm going to dive right into the charts here and show you what I'm talking about. All right, here we got TradingView. If you're not familiar with my trading style, there's two major indicators I use in my trading. One is VWAP, along with a value area high or a one standard deviation to the upside and one to the downside, value area low. Okay. The second indicator I use is initial balance. The initial balance is the first hour of trading, taking the high and the low of that first hour, and that would be our initial balance high and our initial balance low. Okay, now this varies from future market to future market. In oil, the opening pit session in oil is 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So I'm going to take that first hour of trading and make a high and low. On the left side, this is a weekly VWAP with a one standard deviation, and I use this for confluence and a higher level lens. So what is my favorite setup? My absolute favorite setup is once initial balance is set to fade the first test of the initial balance. Okay, so here is oil from January 5th. We struggled to get through initial balance when it was set. We broke it by not even 10 ticks before the rejection and sell off all the way back down to VWAP. So this was an awesome trade that we took live on stream. If you're not a member in my Discord yet, we have a link down in the description below. Still currently free, so be sure to join. But we called this one out live on stream. Rejection of the IB high set, taking profits at value area high, and you could have held this one all the way to VWAP. All right, this was a great one in oil. Let's see, natural gas. You did get an initial rejection at IB high after a quick little peek through. So normally what I'll do, guys, is I'll get in on that first test as close to the IB as high as possible. I have my specific risk set per trade, so whether that's $100 or $200 for you, you need to set your tick value to that loss. All right. So on this, IB high was 74 and we got up to 45. So that was only 5 ticks against us before we got the rejection. And kind of to zoom in a little bit, these are 2-minute candles. We did get this nice little sell off where you could have taken a scalp for profits before it ultimately broke. We also had confluence of session VWAP here as well. So that gave me added conviction on the short, at least for a couple of scalps. So if I had a 10 tick stop loss, I could have grabbed 10 ticks or more on the profit side for a 1-to-1 risk to loss ratio, risk to reward ratio. Copper had a good one on Friday. So first test, the IB in copper starts at actually 8:10 in the morning Eastern Standard Time and goes on to 9:10. So I take the high and low of that first hour of trading. As soon as that IB is set, we rejected. So trying to grab that right off the first hour, finishing up, and you got a nice rejection all the way to IB mid, which is the midpoint between high and low, and also session VWAP again for the confluence. All right, so this was a nice trade. This was also weekly VWAP. All right, so we had a lot of things lining up for confluence, and I'm going to do another video on confluence here shortly. And if you haven't watched my other videos on VWAP, value-based trading, initial balance, and anchor VWAP, please watch those videos as well. You'll understand a little bit more about what's going on these screens, and you could always join the Discord and watch our live sessions as well. Moving right along, this is Lean Hogs. Lean Hogs opens at 9:30 in the morning. So the first hour is 9:30 to 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We broke above it by a few ticks before the break below. And we got a nice sell-off all the way down to session VWAP and 50%, which is IB mid. All right, so also a nice fade of the initial balance high. ES played off also to the tick. So the initial balance in ES is market open at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We take the high and the low We tried to break through initial balance high. I think we broke through by 1 tick, and then we got this massive rejection. We also had confluence here on the weekly VWAP for extra conviction on this fade. We went straight through value area high on the session on VWAP, all the way down through IB mid, VWAP, down to IB low, and ultimately value area low in the session. So this is a setup that I can trade every single morning after the IBs are set. How I'll normally do this is, the first initial balance to be set is in copper at 9:10 in the morning. As soon as that's set, I'll set my alerts for the high and the low. So it'll let me know when we're getting close to that first test. The next one to open up is gold, platinum, and bonds at 9:20 a.m. Then we have silver, 9:25 a.m. Then we have the energy sector. So we have oil, natural gas, gasoline, heating oil, all at 10 a.m. And then lastly, we have all the agriculture. So the meats, the grains, wheat, soybeans, soybean derivatives, hogs, cattle, and then our U.S. indices. So we have our ES, our Russell, our Dow, and our NASDAQ, all open at 10:30 a.m. So as these initial balances are set, I have an alarm going off right here at my desk at each time to quickly go in, set my alerts. I also look for the confluence on the weekly VWAP and session VWAP. The more that we have lined up and aligned, the better. So there's great probability in this trade, great edge. I love trading this setup. I trade it every morning, and you can trade it with us in the Discord. Check the link down in the description. If you like this video, guys, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more videos coming. This strategy is very, very powerful, and we're excited to share it with you guys. Check you in the room.